Guys, deluded you know, I don't really know the structure of this video, the purpose of this video. If you can hear any noise, my laptop's charging, I can't move it. Just pardon me at this moment in time, just started the video like an idiot. But yeah, I don't really know the purpose of this video, but I thought, let me just get it off my chest. Firstly, I'm going to talk about 85 points. 85 points. Wenger keeps reiterating it from the start of last year to now in pre-season. He keeps saying it. I've seen several articles, more recently, where he's basically challenged Alexis. We know he's dug his heels in with the Alexis thing. We don't until 2nd of September, 1st of September, 31st, whenever the window closes. Anything can happen. If it was me, I would sell him. But on the basis that he's dug his heels in, it somewhat feels ambiguous because you can look at it three ways. Firstly, he's issued Alexis a challenge of deliver us the title, and you can go do what you want and go where you want. Secondly, it could be a thing where you send us to the title, or you see what we're doing and you sign a new deal. And thirdly, yeah, it could just be at face value. So there's that, and he keeps reiterating the 85 points. And when you consider 75 points was enough to get top four, in the last two seasons, it shows how competitive the league's going. He said if we can get 85 points, he hasn't said we'll win the league, but he said title race. You'd like to think 85 points, that's 5 points off 90. You'd like to think if you get 85 points, you'd win the league. Yes, 75 points once upon a time was probably enough to win the league, and it's gone competitive on a crazy one. But yeah, for me, if we're going to get 85 points, I mean, that's 10 more points from last year. Instead, we got 75. You've got to win the away games. You look at West Brom away, that's 3 points. You look at Palace when we lost, that's 6 points. You look at Bournemouth to draw, 9 points. Well, it's not really 9 points because we took a point, but you get where I'm going. That's 9 points. What other games have we lost? Have I said West Brom? If we turned up at Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, who knows? We could have got a draw or a win there. When you consider we only needed a point to get top four, basically. If we turned up at Old Trafford away from home, Jenkinson was our best player that game and his only Premier League appearance last year. That's not a credit. That's not discredit on him. It's good on him for having a good game, but that shows how poor we was. These are the games you need to win and grind out if you're gonna win the league. These are the times when Wenger ball isn't gonna work. These are the times where passing and pretty things ain't gonna work, and you just need to get a victory. So yeah, there's that in regards. He's also said the Premier League has overtaken the Champions League in terms of interest. Some of his words were taken out of context, but the majority of that is nonsense. That's just typical Wenger nonsense, trying to gas up the squad, trying to play to the importance. It's silly. We know the Champions League is the pinnacle. Nothing replaces winning that. It's the one thing he hasn't won, and he's actually said that's the one thing he wants to win and regrets. Yeah, he wouldn't have made such a big scene of getting there for 20, 21 years of consistent Champions League football if the Premier League was the be-all and end-all. Yes, the last two winners of the Premier League haven't been in Europe at their time, Chelsea and Leicester, of course. But yeah, he's also said Europa League. We know Wenger's not going to take it as important. I've said my feelings. I'm happy to see Wenger echoes it. Of course, you can look at the Europa League as, yeah, you can win a trophy and you can get Champions League. For me, if you look at it purely between, it's a way of Champions League. One, you've demeaned, you've already conceded that the Europa League is inferior, which some of you have basically said that, get into my comments and say, oh, don't say that about Europa League. You've already said that. Two, if you're going to target that, why will you care about the Champions League in the top four places? I'm not saying you're going to automatically play crap, but subconsciously you're going to rest players and things like that with Europa League in mind to get to that final and win it. So yeah, I'd rather get into the top Champions League via winning the league or the top four positions and things of that nature. That's the only benefit of Europa League for me. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy for the smaller sides, the sides that wouldn't get Champions League if it wasn't for Europa. I'm a big fan of them sort of sides there. If they want win it, they deserve it. But yeah, I would like to just see the kids play. He's also said he'll give an opportunity to the kids and he'll rest players when he can Europa League. You can see when you consider that we faced the prospect of some long flights around Europe. We don't know if there's going to be midweek games, and there could be games in like 48 hours on the weekend. So players will need to be rested and spared their legs rather than collecting up air miles. Personally, I'd like to see the likes of Reece Nelson, Adelaide, all of these guys, squad players, just go and do their thing in Europa League. When you get to the semi-finals, quarter-finals, semi-finals, the final, then you can put a bit more key players in and just try and win it for the sake of it. But for me, I couldn't really care about it too tough with you guys. I don't care. I just don't care for Europa League. There's no way around it. Like, there's just no way around it. It's a competition for failures. For me, from Arsenal fans' point of view, I know we don't do nothing in champs, but yeah, these are just some of the things that have really been catching my eye. Yeah, you can say if he doesn't win the league, or for me, a sustained title challenge, actually being in it in April, May, yes, it will hurt to concede it that close to the end of the transfer window, but that's what we've not seen at Arsenal. Our our title campaigns end in December. It starts in August and ends in December. that could be enough to keep him his job. Of course, some fans would be a bit harsher and say you need to win it. If he doesn't win it, is he going to walk? I doubt it, because, I mean, he could think that he has taken us as far as he can. But if he's been through what he went through last year and worse years, the man's basically invincible. I'm pretty sure he even said something to the media. He's like, I understand you lot wanted to kill me, but, you want to kill me, but I'm still here. I survived, man. I mean, Wenger's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. But either way, guys, I mean, we're basically playing in one competition next year, in my opinion. Of course, the FA Cup needs to be taken incredibly seriously. I don't really care for the Carling. I'd like to win it because I haven't seen us actually lift it, and I'd like to see the young players win it. But yeah, and then we know there's the Europa League and we're defending the FA Cup. But apart from the FA Cup and the Prem, of course, there's not really nothing to compete. I don't care for Europa League. Carling Cup, we go as far as the youngsters can take us. The same for Europa League, in my opinion. The big thing is just these 85 points, and to get these 85 points, you need to play 3 different ways. You can't always play 3 at the back. You need 2 different systems that works. You need players constantly pushing themselves and each other. You need players that are constantly defensively sound and know their jobs as well as everybody else. And that is a main thing why I keep saying in my vids, I need to see defensive stability. Forwards win games, defense win titles. I'm a big fan of that, purely because they might not be grabbing the headlines, but it's important that you don't, when you cannot win, you don't lose. And that is what the back 4 or 5, including the keeper, does. Guys, Deluded Goon, I'm signing out. I think I'm waffling now. Just some of my thoughts in regards to some of the things I've said. Yeah, get in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. There's somewhere on you lot screens. Yeah, don't get away without doing that. I'm out. Thank you for watching.